In today's daily challenge, we have to accept an input matrix of size R cross C as input, and then we have to sort the columns based on the largest integer present in every column of the matrix. And we are also given that if more than one column have the same largest integer, then we should sort those columns in order of their occurrence. Finally, we must print the modified matrix as the output. So this is the sample input output given in the question, and the first line contains the value of R and C, and this is the input R cross C matrix, and our required output matrix is as such. So let us see how this matrix is formed from the given input matrix. So here I have taken the given input matrix and I have found the largest element present in every column of the matrix. So in the first column, out of the elements 3, 2, 7 and 4, the largest integer is 7. So here in an array I have added the value 7, and in the second column, out of the integers 9, 1, 4 and 3, 9 is the largest element, so 9 is added. Similarly, for all the remaining columns, the largest integer value is found and added into the array. And now, after adding all the largest elements of every column of the matrix, we have to sort this particular array. So when we sort this array, the resulting array would look like this: 4, 6, 7, 8 and 9. And here we can see that the first element 4, which is present in the fourth column of the given input matrix. So the 4 was taken from this particular column. So in our output matrix, the first column must be this. So let us check it. So here we can see that the output matrix first column is 4, 2, 3, 3. So that is same. So 4, 2, 3, 3. And now 6. The second value is 6. Now the second value of the array is 6. And here we can see that the 6 was taken from this column, the last column, 3, 1, 1, 6. So let us check. Here we can see that the second column also has the integers 3, 1, 1, 6. So similarly, for the 7 was taken from the first column, so 3, 2, 7, 4. So the third column of the output matrix is also 3, 2, 7 and 4. So similarly, the remaining two columns are also obtained. So this is just the explanation how the matrix is formed. Let us see how to implement this logically. To implement this technique logically, we are going to create a two-dimensional array, in which in the second dimension, 0th index, we are going to store the column index of the matrix, and in the second dimension, first position, we are going to store the maximum value of every columns of the matrix. So here we can see that after storing all the values, the two-dimensional array would be looking like this. So every 0th index would be storing the column index values, so 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and every first index of the two-dimensional matrix, the maximum integer value of the particular column would be present. So let us check it. So for the 0th column, the maximum integer is 7. So here we can see that. So this is the 0th column in the input matrix, and the maximum value here is 7. So that is how the values are stored. So 0 and 7. So let us check it with another. So for the second, 1, 9. That is for the first column, the maximum integer value is 9. So this is the first column. So 9, 1, 4 and 3, and the maximum integer value is 9. Now as per the question, it is given that the program must sort the columns of the matrix based on the largest in ascending order. So we can do it by sorting the two-dimensional array based upon the values present in this first index, because the values present in the first index contains the values of the largest integer. So whenever we are going to perform a swap operation while sorting this particular array, we are also going to apply the swap operation for this particular array, that is the 0th index. After sorting the two-dimensional array, this is how our array would be looking now. So here we can see that in the first index of the two-dimensional array, all the values are sorted in ascending order. So 4, 6, 7, 8 and 9, and the 4 is present in the third column. So using these values, that is the column index value present in the 0th index of the two-dimensional array, we are going to print our required matrix. So let us see how to implement this using C program. So this is the program which I have written in C language. So let us start from the main function. I have declared some variables and then I have got the input of R and C, and then using a nested for loop I am accepting the input matrix and storing it in a two-dimensional array named mat. The actual logic implementation starts from here. So initially I have declared a two-dimensional array named ARR as we discussed, and then using this nested for loop I am going to travel through all the columns present in the matrix. Here we can see that the I is not iterating from 0 to R. Instead it is iterating from 0 to C, because we need to travel through every columns present in the matrix. And after that we are declaring a variable as max and then setting the initial value of it to 0. And this particular J loop, instead of iterating from 0 to C, it is going to iterate from 0 to R. And this particular for loop travels through all the elements present in the ith column. And inside that we are also including a if condition to find out the maximum element of the column. And whenever the matrix value is greater than the maximum value, we are going to update the maximum value with the matrix value. So when this for loop finishes its execution, we would have found the maximum value present in that column, and we are going to store it in this two-dimensional array. And in the two-dimensional array, as we discussed, in the 0th index we are going to store the column index, and in the first index we are going to store the maximum position, which we have calculated here using this for loop. So when this nested for loop finishes its execution, now our two-dimensional array would be containing the values like this. Now our task is to sort this two-dimensional array based upon its first index. So here I am performing that swapping operation. So here I have used the bubble sort operation. Any sorting technique can be used. So for the bubble sort, the loop goes like this. And here inside this if condition, you can see that I am using the value present in the first index of the two-dimensional array ARR to swap. And whenever we are swapping the elements present in the first index, we are also going to swap the elements that are present in the 0th index. This swap is a user-defined function which I have defined here. So this swap function accepts two pointer variables, and then here a local variable temp is initialized, and the value of a is stored in temp, and the value of a is replaced with b, and then the value of b is replaced with temp. So when these operations are performed, the values of a and b would be interchanged. So when this particular nested for loop finishes its execution, now our two-dimensional array would be having the values like this. And we need the values that are present only at the 0th index. So using these values, we are going to print our required output matrix. So here again, using a nested for loop, I am just going to print our matrix. And here I have declared a variable named call, and I am storing the values that is present in the 0th index on the every instance of j, and using this I am going to print the matrix. So let us check whether this program works or not. So let me give the sample input 1. So as we can see, this is the output which we are getting, and our expected output is here. So both are same. So this is the logic behind today's daily challenge. Thank you for watching.